Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are doing the Libra Weekly Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. Alright, Libra, let's see what you have got going on for you this week. You know, being that you're a Libra, everything for you is always going to be about being able to maintain a certain level of balance, right? And a lot of times you might find that you're focused more on keeping other people balanced or keeping things balanced around you in order to feel that balance within yourself. I kind of feel like for you, it would maybe benefit you a little bit to look into something like the law of attraction or the hermetic principles. Like, is it the 7 hermetic principles or 8? Oh my God, I should know. But like, just take some time if you feel inspired to look into something of that nature, like the law of attraction, the law of mentalism. Everything follows a law, right? Everything follows, energy follows laws, right? The balance of the law of give and take, the law of karma, the law of what you reap, you shall sow. You know what I'm saying. Just take some time maybe to look more into something like that. I just feel like for some of you it might help you balance your own energy more. Okay, within your own personal masculine energy, which is your passions, your desires, what motivates you, your purpose, what you take action towards. Within that aspect of yourself, I feel like there's something that you need to let go of in order to have the right kind of and the right amount of energy to pursue what it is that you really want to pursue. There's something that you're needing to let go of, or there's something that you need to stop putting so much effort towards because it's taking away from energy and effort that needs to be put towards what's important for you right now. But I feel like you're worried about if you stop putting in effort that it's a waste of time, or that you're giving up. But it's like you've given enough energy to that. Your energy needs to go towards something else, to what's important to you. It's like for some of you, I feel like you're fueling somebody's energy to continue like kind of on a destructive path. I just kind of was feeling this when I was meditating the other day. If we look at like our own chakra system, right? We have 7 chakras. They all need to be kind of opened and balanced, right? When you connect to another person, you're connecting to their chakra system. You're connecting chakras, right? So if you are giving heart-centered energy to somebody whose heart chakra is closed off or blocked, then they're not receiving that energy in the way that you're intending it to be received. If you're sending something to somebody's heart chakra and they're not opening to receiving that, then it's going to their solar plexus, it's going to their sacral, it's going more to ego-based, to validate more ego-based energy. And that's not to say that you don't give love to people, right? But if you're overextending yourself in an attempt to give energy or effort or focus to a person that's not receiving it or not open to receiving, then you're fueling the negative more than the positive, and you're just draining yourself. I also feel like you're being shown the results the actions that you're taking right now. You're being blessed for taking action. You're being blessed for stepping in your masculine energy. And so if you make the decision at this point to put up boundaries with somebody and they don't take those boundaries well and they retaliate, understand that that is your biggest blessing right now. You're being blessed for taking action. All right, let me see what else wants to come up for you. Somebody's like not taking you seriously, or they're not respecting what you're showing to them. You're trying to show somebody something, but they're not recognizing it. And it's not about what you're showing at this point. It's what you're expressing. It's what you're feeling emotionally. It's what you're dealing with emotionally. I feel like there's something that you're very proud of or that you feel really good about within yourself, but you don't feel like it's being accepted or acknowledged or taken seriously. And it's not because it's wrong. It's not because what you're asking for is wrong. It's not because what you're expressing is wrong. It's just because you have a different perspective. You're holding a different perspective. You're seeing things in a completely different light. And I feel like in terms of the person that you're trying to maybe show this to or get this point across to, they're just not understanding it. They're not at that same perception. There's something that you need to be willing to express, or you need to feel like you have the space and the acceptance to express it. But whoever you're connected to right now, or the environment that you're in right now, I don't feel that you feel that expression is accepted or understood in the right way. And so I feel like it's not so much important to try to get this particular person or this particular situation or group of people to understand this expression. It's about finding another outlet to express this, to get it out. I also feel like it's either you or somebody that you're dealing with doesn't deal with difficult conversations well, or difficult situations well, or sensitive subjects very well. And there might be a tendency to kind of laugh it off or make light of something. If that's you, I feel like it's really important to really express it, no matter how vulnerable you may feel. If you're dealing with somebody else that seems to be taking things lightly, understand that I don't feel that you're going to be able to do anything to get that person to express this in a different way. If they seem to be blowing things off, understand that there's some kind, that's an insecurity within themselves, that's something that they're struggling with, there's something that they're ashamed of. But the way that you can maybe encourage that person to speak more of the truth is to be willing to express more yourself, or to be more hands off, like lead by example. Hold on just a second. All right, let's see what else wants to come up for you. Yeah, there's definitely something that's not being communicated in the most effective way. There's something that's being avoided within communication. Um, there's something that's being avoided in communication out of regret, out of fear of loss, out of almost a sadness. Um, Honestly, if this is you, it's like I feel like you're trying to find different ways to express something. But it's like I don't feel that it's being received in the way that you're intending. Because it's almost like, and it's almost like, without intending to be, it's almost like passive aggressive communication. It's like trying to get a point across or trying to get something accomplished, but feeling like if you're too direct about it, it's not going to be received well. So trying to, oh, I do that. I'm really bad about, like, I try to give examples in order to make something make more sense. But sometimes people take things so fucking literally, right? And that might be what you're dealing with. It's like you're a more symbolic person in the way that you express yourself, but the person that you're dealing with is more like practical and very literal. And so it's like there's a need to be more direct, or to express more what is really in your heart. I want to say this before you even do that. It's like, I feel like it's kind of important to acknowledge what is in your heart right now, because I do feel that there's kind of been a lot going on that maybe you're not really acknowledging what you're feeling right now. Like you're worried that your feelings are going to kind of get muddled up in everything. Let's see what else. Yeah, there's definitely something that needs to be seen more clearly, spoken more clearly, communicated more clearly. There's something that needs to be kind of cut away to get yourself. I kind of feel like for some of you, this is kind of like a do or die moment in a relationship where you're questioning whether this is a relationship that you should be continuing to pursue, or whether this is something that you need to leave behind. And I feel like you might be trying to make that decision right now. But I kind of feel like the way that the way that things are being expressed, the way that things are moving right now, it's not leaving any room for closure. It's not leaving any room to kind of close out the cycle. There needs to be like an ultimate kind of decision. And in terms of the decision that needs to be made, I feel like you need to be making this decision. And before, like, if you're dealing with a relationship and you're trying to decide whether you want to move forward with this person or whether you feel that you need to end things, I feel like you're looking to see if this person is going to step up, or if they're going to give you what you want, or if they're going to validate to you that this is worth the effort. I feel like you're looking for something from them in order to make that decision. And I feel like you need to kind of sit in that space and look over the entirety of this relationship, and you decide whether this is something that you want moving forward. I also feel like you're looking for something specific from this person. I just want to point out this energy could be flipped. This could be the person that you're dealing with is being indecisive because they're looking for something specific from you. And if that's the case, again, I don't feel that that needs to be where your focus is. It's like there's a lot of indirect stuff that's going on in an attempt to make a decision, when in all reality things kind of need to be dealt with more head on, more directly. Give me a little bit more what's going on here. It's like there's a decision that needs to be made or something that needs to be understood on a deeper level. But there's also some kind of routine. It's like insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. It's like there's something deeper. There's something that needs to move forward. There's something that needs to be understood or expressed on a deeper level. But you and the person that you're dealing with are going through the same motions. And it's not getting you where you need to be. Yeah, it's like going about this the same way is just not working. And I feel like you're making an effort, but it's the same cycle. And in all honesty, I kind of feel like you're both kind of trying to feel comfort in this and find contentment and find happiness. You both feel like what you're doing is going to get you what you want. But there's something that's not being acknowledged. There's something that needs to be talked about. There's clarity that needs to happen. It's like if you're waiting for somebody to shift, or if you're waiting for something to progress, if you're waiting for somebody to change, the change is not going to happen sitting in the same routine. There's something of more depth that needs to be addressed. There's something of more depth that needs to be communicated. I will say, again, I feel like before you even worry about what that, like, communicating, I feel like it is kind of important to acknowledge what's in your heart, because I feel like that's kind of been overlooked for a little while. I feel like you're really trying to do things the right way, to do things in a respectful way. I just don't feel like it's being received well. Yeah. Because the person that you're dealing with, like, I feel like you both just have two different perceptions on what you both want and what you both need. And I just feel like nothing is really being addressed other than the same cycles. And there's just a need to have some sort of balance and compromise in desires and communication and what is being communicated. I feel like there's a need to really acknowledge and communicate what's on your heart and really feel like you can have what's on your heart, what your emotional needs are. I feel like there's something about your needs that you feel like it's too much of a burden, it's too much stress, it's too much to do, it's too much to work towards. You feel like your needs are a burden, and I feel like you need to kind of let that go. Let that idea go. Your feelings are just as important. And again, I feel like before you even address that with the other person, I feel like it really is important to take time to acknowledge what those feelings are, because I do feel like you've kind of pushed them down for a little bit. Don't leave this decision up to somebody else. Don't wait for somebody else to decide to do right or make the right decision, because you're going to be waiting. You need to kind of make this decision yourself. And if you're trying to get something moving with somebody, again, it's important to address the way that you're communicating what your needs are. All right, have a great week. Bye-bye.